Reproduction in Plants, Chapter 12, Class 7th. Children, in the pic you are seeing a flowering plant. A plant body consists of root system and a shoot system. Roots, primary roots, secondary roots, etc. And these are underground part of the plant. And the shoot system, this consists of stem, leaves, branches, flower, fruit, etc. Out of these, flower is the reproductive part, and from the flower, fruits are formed. Roots, stem, and leaves. These are the vegetative parts of the plant. Reproduction in plants. Reproduction, this is the process of producing young ones from their parents. And now in plants, it is of three types: asexual reproduction, vegetative reproduction, and sexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction, single parent is involved. It is done by simple division of a plant body into two or more parts, or by the formation of spores, or by the formation of some outgrowth, that is called bud. Vegetative reproduction. In vegetative reproduction, vegetative parts of the plants is able to produce new plant. Cell, tissue, or the part of an organ of the plant develops into a new organism in vegetative reproduction method. Now the third type is sexual reproduction. Two parents are involved. Fusion of the male and the female gamete produce zygote, and which develop into seed. So in this method, fusion of male and female gamete take place. Children, in the previous video we have discussed asexual reproduction method. Now here I will explain them in brief. Asexual reproduction, formation of new plants from the cells of a single parent. Now it takes place by the three methods in plant: budding, fragmentation, and spore formation. Budding, a small bulb-like cellular outgrowth called bud is formed on the parent cell, and that develops into an independent organism. Example, yeast. Fragmentation, the adult organism breaks up into two or more pieces called fragments, which grows to become a new plant. Example, algae, Spirogyra and Fucus. Spirogyra and Fucus both are filamentous algae, just like the pic below. Now spore formation. Parent plant produce microscopic single or multi-celled spherical bud, which germinate into new plants during favorable condition. Ferns and mosses and fungus. So these reproduce by spore formation. Children, you can see here the fern reproduction by spore formation. Vegetative reproduction. Plants' vegetative parts such as root, stem, and leaf is used to produce new plant, and this is done by two methods: natural method and artificial method. Natural method involve the production of new plants by using roots, stems, rhizomes, bulbs, tubers, corn, and by the leaves. So these parts produce a new plant. Artificial method, so these are done by cutting, grafting, layering, and tissue culture. In this video we will discuss these methods one by one. Children, in the pic you are seeing tuberous roots of dahlia, sweet potato, and asparagus. These are swollen, adventitious roots, and these roots have food stored in them. If root tuber of sweet potato is cut into pieces and sown in well prepared soil, a new plant can be produced. Stem. This is the most common part for vegetative propagation. Now different kinds. These are runners and underground stem. Runners, for example, oxalis and grass, chrysanthemum and mint and vallisneria. And underground stem, rhizomes, bulbs, tubers and corms. So these we will study one by one. Runners. Oxalis and grass. The most common example of runner is grass. The runner arises as an axillary bud. It creeps horizontally some distance away from the mother plant, then strikes roots at the nodes and grows into a new plant. It may break off from the mother plant and grow as independent plant. In chrysanthemum and mint. Mint means pudina. Horizontal stems arise from the base of the erect shoot and this come out to form new aerial shoots and it become independent plant. Vallisneria arch stems which cross over small obstacle develop small plantlet at their nodes. So in this way reproduction by the runner take place. Underground stem, rhizomes. It is horizontally growing underground stem, swollen with stored food. A rhizome bears distinct nodes, internodes, scaly leaves, and adventitious roots. It has buds on its surface from which new plants grow. Ginger and turmeric are some examples of rhizome. Onion grows by its bulb. It has adventitious roots at the bottom and when it is planted in the soil, it can produce a new plants. Tuber. This is the swollen end of a special underground stem. It arises from the axil of a lower leaf, becomes swollen with heavy store of food material. It has on its surface a number of eyes that grow into buds. A potato is an example of stem tuber. Children, you have seen potato. It has eyes and from each eye a new plant can be formed. Corms. These are the swollen stems in which lots of rhizome joined together that develop into new plants. Gladiolus is its example. Vegetative propagation by leaves, foliar buds. In Bryophyllum patharchat plant, rows of foliar buds are produced on the notch at the end of leaf margin. These buds may develop from the leaf and grow up into new plants. Children, you are able to see the pick. In the pick from the margin notch bud is present and they are changing into new plants. Human has taken advantage of the vegetative mode of propagation in plants and adapted them to his use in gardens and nurseries. These man-made methods are called artificial propagation. Now we will discuss them. First is cutting. Cutting. This is a simple procedure in which a healthy young branch of a plant like rose or sugarcane having nodes and internodes is cut off and planted in moist soil. It produces roots and grows into a new plant. Rose plant always grows by the stem cutting. Similarly, sugarcane. Grafting. This method is used in horticulture to develop new varieties of fruit plants. In this method, a healthy stem of one plant with oblique cut surface is inserted over the cut stem of another rooted plant. It is then tied together. After some days, new branches develop that show combined features of the two plants. Children, you are able to see the pic where the grafting is done. Layering. Layering. In this method, a branch of the plant is bent towards the ground and covered by moist soil. After some time, roots develop from the covered part. The bent branch is later cut and made to grow into a new plant. Plants like jasmine and bougainvillea are developed by this method. Tissue culture or micropropagation. Micropropagation or tissue culture. Okay, it is the technique of growing plant cells outside an intact plant. Micro refers to the small pieces of plant tissues used. The material is grown in special nutrient media. Plant tissues taken from plant parts like root, stem and leaf can be stimulated to grow in solution by addition of nutrients and certain plant hormones. Tissue culture is now used for development of desired varieties, chrysanthemums, orchid, asparagus, etc. These are grown by this method.